Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Raw Ring Report. You see right here, CM Punk returns. What was CM Punk had to say after being back 2 weeks after him and his wife, AJ Lee, defeated Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, the world champion? What CM Punk have in store for us tonight on Raw? Speaking of Becky Lynch will be in action in a non-title match. Becky Lynch will take on Maxine Dupree. Becky Lynch been bullying Maxine Dupree. The women's Intercontinental title is not on the line. So we'll see if Becky Lynch can get her hands on Maxine Dupree. More women's action as well, as Lyle Mercury, the former Intercontinental champion, takes on Roxanne Perez, the former NXT champion, in a one-on-one match. The rivalry getting sizzled. We'll talk about it as well. Also, too, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, makes his return back on Raw. What Roman had to say and address the vision of Rollins' group. We'll talk about it. Well, you won't believe this right here. Brock Lesnar will be in 2K25 as a downloadable character. We'll tell you the details coming up here on the Heat Check as well. So we getting the Raw Ring Report started right here now. Funeral Andrade. Why he's not going to say a bad word about WWE, because down the road, he might need them to go back to WWE again. So we'll talk about right here, right now. The Pro Wrestling Show starts. The Raw Ring Report right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. We're going to kick things off with this man, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, making his return to Raw. The Roman made a stunning return on Raw last week. Roman Reigns returned back from sideline, filming a movie, Street Fighter, as well as being written off from Clash and Paris. Roman is back, and Roman looking to get revenge and get some retribution as well. Roman Reigns wasn't playing, and Roman Reigns looked like he came out there looking for a fight. He did so until Bronson Reed came out there. Bronson Reed telling Roman that he wants a match against him. Roman was sick and tired of playing these games. Roman told Paul Heyman, you know what my uncle and my daddy will want? Let's fight. Roman tried to pull up saying, come on. Paul Heyman tried to backpedal saying, no. We're going to wait till when we want to do it. And they're going to do it at Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns will once again meet Bronson Reed in their rematch from Clash in Paris. But this time it'll be a Australian street fight. And Paul Heyman made the nerve to say that Bronson Reed got signed by WWE because WWE heard about him whooping folks in a street fight. They're just here nor there talk right there. But like I said, Bronson Reed doing what he wants to do. I can tell you that right now. Bronson Reed will go against Roman Reigns one more time at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. And Bronson Reed getting himself prepared and getting himself ready to know what the thing going to be coming up. Roman Reigns, man, that's a long statement. Roman Reigns on the stuff with Bronson Reed, so we'll see on how all that will show for him. And like I said, it'll be that way, and we'll see how that's gonna go. But Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed made official for Perth, Australia, Bronson's hometown. But you thought you didn't see less of Roman. You saw more Roman throughout the whole entire show. Roman Reigns was fingerprints was all over the show, even convincing his cousins, the Usos, to get on the same page. And Roman telling Jey that, hey, Jey finally seeing that you got to take the opportunity. When you seize the opportunity, you got to take it. And telling Jimmy ain't listening. And I think he was trying to compare Jimmy that him and Jimmy won world titles, and where Jimmy's built at. I think Jimmy's got more medals, more pressing matters at hand. He ended up getting Naomi pregnant. So hey, that's the pressing matter about it. I don't think Roman looking up that. But like we said, we seeing all this and we seeing how all this is coming around and stuff like that. But Jimmy and Roman on with stuff like that. But like we said, we see Roman trying to make some sense out of the world. But hey, Roman did his best. But like we said, we'll see a little bit the Usos a little bit later on in the show. Well, speaking of that, the non-time match between Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch taking on Maxine Dupree one-on-one. Becky Lynch cost herself the match. Becky Lynch getting cocky and arrogant, and Maxine Dupree took advantage and got in the ring. Becky Lynch was trying to showboat to the crowd. Becky Lynch realizing that she got counted out and lost her chance. Maxine Dupree may get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship by Becky Lynch's careful mistake. I think Becky Lynch gonna really have to realize, hey, I need to stay focused and not trying to be cocky and arrogant. I think that's what Becky Lynch was doing. So Becky Lynch getting herself together in that situation. But like we said, she better realize what the hell she got going on. Well, we move on to this. The former women's Intercontinental Champion, Live Valkyria, was in action against Roxanne Perez. Live Valkyria and Roxanne Perez battle. But Lyra's still having issues trusting Bayley. She just doesn't know what side Bayley is. Bayley with this split personality and stuff going on. Bayley trying to convince Lyra that she can be trustworthy. Well, it was still some miscommunication right there as Roxanne Perez won her match tonight over Bayley. I think Roxanne Perez realizing that she might have to get some help. And you tell her Roxanne won like with the help of Raquel. Yeah. And Bailey's careful mistake. So Bailey's got a lot going on for her as well. You can tell right here. Roxanne Perez won a match. But the brawl still continued throughout the whole entire match. And you see all women were in the ring scuffling Bailey, scuffling with Roxanne Perez, Live and Carrie scuffling and stuff like that. So, due to General Manager Adam Pearce, we can tell you this next week. We can show you the graphic next week. All four women will be in the ring. Bailey will team up with Lyra to take on the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez in a tag team match. Looking forward to seeing that as well. So, we'll see how that's going to go down. Well, Stephanie Vicure, the new women's champion of Raw, she wrote this comment: "My fire will destroy everything forever." I'm thinking that's like a heel promo. Stephanie Vicure now she will go against Tiffany Stratton for the Crown Jewel Championship. Looking forward to seeing that. These women will battle for the Crown Jewel Championship. Who's going to be the ultimate champion for brand supremacy, brand rights between these women? Stephanie Vicure making her lay her claim that she's going to be the one that's going to do it. Well, we know that AJ Styles was in a 6-man tag team match with Penta and Ray Phoenix to take on the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, JD Madonna, Finn Balor. Well, they won the match, but AJ sent a clear message, loud, clear message that it was no build up or nothing like that. AJ is going to have his match against John Cena, and John Cena and AJ Styles are going to tear the floor down. Who can forget almost a decade ago? Man, it's been almost a decade when AJ Styles and John Cena went one-on-one, and AJ got his first world championship. John Cena won his 16-time world championship from AJ. AJ Styles coming from New Japan TNA. At the time, it was like how Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan was back in the day when Ric Flair was the dominant champion in WCW, NWA, and Hulk Hogan was the dominant champion in WWF, WWE. And we can recall and recant that when Cena was the dominant champion in WWE, during the period of time working for different companies and being two dominant champions. And AJ Styles finally made the jump to WWE and had great battles. And AJ Styles saying that he's going to recreate that same magic at Crown Jewel. So looking forward to seeing that match. That's gonna be one of my matches to see at Crown Jewel. But speaking of Crown Jewel, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins getting a lecture from the Oracle, his manager, Paul Heyman. Seth wanted him to be real with him about how the match was going to go. And Paul Heyman said if Seth does not win this match, he's going to reconsider, want to be around Seth Rollins and reconsider this whole ordeal thing. It was kind of like a bad blood situation. It was just kind of like reuse, rewatch, but we kind of know Heyman ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing with Seth, leaving Seth out to let them know. Well, we can tell you right here, Asuka hell bent on trying to destroy her former friend, Io Sky. Asuka placing the seed to Io, telling Io that hey, you need to do something vicious. You need to do something to the attack. You need to take down Kyrie Sane. Did so and stuff. Like we said, it went down like that. Went down to the D. EO Sky went down. I mean, EO Sky went down. EO Sky went down to the help of Oscar with Kyrie Sane. Didn't want to do it, but Oscar made her do it, and Oscar making her second guess herself and did so. EO didn't have no help or nothing like that. So we can tell right there. We can tell that Rhea Ripley doing a lot of promotional press tour in Australia, didn't ready for homeland country, but you can tell right here. EO Oscar helping EO get the win over Kyrie, getting the help from EO, help of Oscar. So we can tell you that right now. A lot of moving parts for the tag team match coming up. Oscar and Kyrie taking on EO and Rhea Ripley one in a tag team match this Saturday morning. So look forward to seeing that. Well, CM Punk returned, and CM Punk returned, and CM Punk was trying to get in the middle of the Usos. CM Punk and Jey now have issues. I think Jay's now turned to a bad guy. He's turning slowly to how his cousin was, don't care about nobody, but do what you got to do. Well, Jimmy trying to be peacemaker interrupted and got inadvertently super kicked CM Punk, which he didn't mean to, which that led to a tag team match when CM Punk teamed up with LA Knight to take on the Usos, and the Usos trying to figure out this whole ordeal on what's going on. I can tell you that with the Usos, got a lot going on in state. And CM Punk was called the wrong place at the wrong time. And you tell right here, Roman trying to get in the head of Jay, telling Jay that, hey, you need to kind of think for yourself. He did. He did tonight. Well, the Usos kind of like was on the same page, but CM Punk and LA Knight was on the same page. And LA Knight decided to sneak one and got the victory. And CM Punk had Jay and to go to sleep and got the 1, 2, 3. And you can tell right there, CM Punk, LA Knight sneaking around and taking Jay's spot. Jay did not see that coming. Jay got pinned by LA Knight. LA Knight and CM Punk gonna have plenty of issues going on. We'll see how about that's gonna progress going forward. So we'll have to wait and see how that's gonna be. LA Knight snook one, pinning Jay with the help of CM Punk that go to sleep. So it tells you a lot. All right, don't forget, this is the Crown Jewel week right here on the Pro Wrestling Show. As you see right here, we did Monday's Raw Ring Report. Look for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a double whammy full of the NXT Ring Report as well as the AEW Dynamite Ring Report as well. So it's gonna be a double whammy of NXT and AEW, and then Friday with the SmackDown Ring Report, and then Saturday with the predicted outcome and review specials. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. The Crown Jewel Pro Wrestling Show chart, weekly chart right here to give you up to date on the week. So look forward to seeing that as well. All right, we move on to the Heat Check. On the Heat Check this week, as you can tell right here, Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate. We thought he wasn't gonna be ever seen on a game with that lawsuit going on. Brock Lesnar finally made his way back into a WWE game. He's gonna be a downloadable content for the John Cena farewell packet. You see right here, Brock Lesnar along with Cena back from the early 2000s, like 03, 04. And Cena currently, when he had his heel gimmick earlier this year, and then R-Truth will be a part of that as well. So a lot of moving pieces in this John Cena tour going forward. Well, speaking of that, we're hearing reports that Santos Escobar is leaving WWE. He had those cryptic messages that he had. The clock down, the time was up. Santos probably felt unhappy about his position and when he was going. We're hearing reports that Santos could be seeking interest from AEW and CMLL. So Santos, I know Triple A is under WWE, so I know he's not going to Triple A, and maybe they don't see nothing in him. I kind of always been a fan of Santos Escobar, his look, his athletic prowess, and everything else. Hopefully, Santos will get treated better, and Santos is like close in his 40s, and I'm not knocking Santos, nothing like that, but the clock is ticking as well as LA Knight as well. LA Knight finding a new lease in life in his 40s as well. Well, this is right here that we're seeing right here. The sights and sounds of Perth right here of Crown Jewel and stuff. They're seeing a lot of Crown Jewel going on, and they're getting prepared themselves for the Crown Jewel event as well. Um, you see a lot of that going on as well. Well, don't forget tomorrow. This is off topic. We're expecting that LeBron James will be making a huge announcement. This is the second decision. A lot of speculation are going around that this could be LeBron's last year as an active NBA player. So once we get news about LeBron, we will go live, and we will go live on Under the Take, which this will be more take is. So look for that tomorrow. We're just trying to make that announcement tomorrow. Um, LeBron James could be making his second announcement coming up, so we're looking forward to seeing that as well. Um, like we said, it's been a lot of stuff going on tonight. Getting you ready for Crown Jewel. Don't forget Crown Jewel as well and stuff. Don't forget next week on Raw, Bailey will team up with Live Victoria to take on the Judgment Day. We're looking forward to seeing that Bailey and Live Victoria taking on the Judgment Day. Looking forward to seeing that as well. Like you said, we saw Roman Reigns tonight, but Roman Reigns with a huge crowd with ones up. And also, too, we just remind you as a reminder, tomorrow will be a double whammy. The NXT Ring Report and the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Don't look for a double whammy. And Friday on the SmackDown Ring Report, and then Saturday, the Pro Wrestling Show predicted outcome as well as the review for Crown Jewel. So we're gonna leave you with LA Knight finding a way to win in LA Knight, getting no victory over you know who, with the help of CM Punk over the Usos. So LA Knight CM Punk won on the Usos, but what this lead to coming forward? So for me being Kendrick Dix, saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow for a double whammy of the Super Tuesday AEW and NXT Ring Reports. We'll see you then.